Okay, so look, Nip, I was very lyrical at the time. You know, I came in the game lyrical, the kind of mind that I have. So it's like I knew I listened to the guys I listened to get myself ready to even think about becoming a rapper and the type of rapper I wanted to be. I had to listen to certain guys. So it's like I became me, and Nip was like, "Damn, he good at that lane."
Mm,
And he said, "You know what? I want to do something that makes me a little more like make me special in my own right."
yes.
So he said, "Well, cause since he's lyrical, I'm gonna go with the psycho lyrical." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it just feel like I'd say some outrageous shit, like me and K Reno would say some outrageous shit, but Nip would say some outrageous shit in such an unorthodox way, or you be like, "No, that's too far." I know he ain't talking about doing that shit. Like you would get banned. He was saying some shit to get banned for every line. You know what I mean?
Show that that 1992 South Park Psycho album. Listen, sibling, that was my introduction to gangster nip or gangster mother in nip, right? And Rapper Like Records. And from that day when I got that there in 1990, I think I got that in 93 maybe or something. It was over, man. It was over. I was
that boy,
hooked.
that boy set him on fire with that, man. And I got to see it all before it became a record. I got to see it build. You know what I mean? I got to see it used in battles.
Mm.
It was just a rap. It was a rap like, oh man, you not finna outdo this dude right here. You know what he said he gonna do to your baby? Oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You heard what he said about his own the cousin, what he was going on, man.
Baby Bob barbecue broken legs.
Hey man, bunch of a bunch of unfed babies. You say breeding, feeding a bunch of newborn babies unleaded gas.
Listen, the originator.
Not one, not two, but a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey man, so that dude was outrageous at the time, man. So I loved it. And, we was a team, So I would hit you up. I hit you with 4 hooks and about 900 jabs and a couple of rights. And then he come up with that knockout blow. So we slaughtering crews everywhere.
Definite, man. I mean, okay, so competition wise, so you clearly was wrecking shop and doing the things, but was there any opportunities or times where you met someone who was like, yeah, he's he's got some skills, man. He that boy's going off kind of thing.
All the time, all the time, all the ones around me, Q boy. These guys that kind of followed suit and was right here as we was making out, growing into who we were. They were doing the same thing, and we all had a love for hip hop. But outside of my crew and my people, hell yeah, every place we went. And I went and I would catch the bus to challenge dudes. I ain't care where they stayed at. I know the school. Okay, it's a Yale school. Okay, this school, and I'd be standing outside this school waiting on the dudes. Hey man, send me y'all hardest rappers out here.
Confidence that takes, man. That takes some confidence, sibling.
Because I just had a tenacity to
Mm,
win, to win. You know, I learned that early on in life. I watched my father be a great man, seeing his own right. So I learned early in the game that I had a certain standard of person I had to be.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? Growing up under what I grew up under.
hmm
See what I'm saying?
You clearly had an excellent foundation and role model who you can lean on to create the you that you are today, kind of thing.
Right, right. My father indeed,
Mm.
who
So
was a singer,
yeah.
and he could sing, and he taught me how to sing from my diaphragm. Like, hey, well, sing from your gut, boy. You can't see it. You run out of air when you're singing out your throat. He tell me stuff like that. But he never pursued being a singer. He was a drag racing car fanatic.
Ah, so I see where it's coming from then, sibling.
Yeah, that's where it come from. See, that was him. It's like he had pistons for ashtrays, engines in his kitchen, whole engines just on the engine stand in his kitchen. He was serious about that. So that's what that, and a lot of them years, me younger years, spent nights helping them build cars and build engines and shit. You know what I mean? And from the 50s to the 90s, well, I say early 60s to the 90s, he probably had over 3,000 races. He may have lost four.
Whoa.
Legendary, feared on the streets
Mm.
across multi borders in the underground street racing scene.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was a kid that's supposed to have been at home at 12 o'clock. I was pouring water and Clorox on the tires so he can get his tires hot.
For traction purposes, yes, 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 I hear that.
So that was something I was born into. So that's where that comes from. But it taught me to watch this man do amazing things back to back to back and beat so many people back to back to back to where people were just scared of him. He put me in the car at age 14.
What was that experience like?
I mean, I rode with him my whole life. I helped him build him. I understood him. And one day we went to go race, and he was this guy. I said, "Man, I got a Nova out here tonight. I'll run anybody. I'm fucking everybody up." And then my dad said, "Man, I got a little '67 Camaro over here." No, not you, Lucius. You got motors in your bathtub. You got whole motors in your kitchen. You use piston for ashtrays. I ain't fucking with you. Ain't nobody fucking with you out here. So he got mad. So we jumped in the car with the car on the trailer. We took off. He said, "Son, you're gonna have to start driving." They scared him. You're gonna have to start driving. You think you ready? You've been watching me. You see me. You know, you watch my hands because he always tell me, "Don't watch my face, watch my hands and my coordination." And he was a standard shift man. He wasn't automatic. He
Okay,
believed,
you're a
he
real
believed
driver.
yeah, he believed in 4 and 5 speed only. He
Mm.
like he spit on the automatic.
Lazy man ride, man. Lazy man
Yeah, yeah,
drive.
yeah. He talked that shit. They talked that standard shift shit. So, you know, I had to learn like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he took me out. We tried his car, and he said, like, man, take it 9,000 RPM before you launch.
What does it rev to?
It read well at
Twelve.
that time he had run a small block in the rev to maybe 10,000
Okay.
easy.
Mm-hmm.
He tell me take it 9,000 RPM and then dump the clutch. Just go first and second. Don't try to go to third and fourth. It might be too much of an experience for you. So
Mm.
try that, and then come back and try to go all the way through. So I tried it. I took off at maybe 7,000. I know the car was kind of lazy. So I stopped and I backed up, and he was like, "Man, if you do that shit again, you'll never drive one of my cars. Oh my shit's not meant to the baby." He said, "My shit's made to go or blow, and if it blow, I'll build another. Take that
Yeah.
motherfucking 9 grand and go through first and second, like I told you, and just get out of it. And we'll come back. Then we'll try third and fourth." So I get it back in the car. I launched the car, 9,000, and it come down. I hit second. I was like, "Okay, I got it. It's going straight. Fuck that." I hit third, and then I hit fourth. I go all the way through. Nice pass. First pass ever made. I come
Mm.
back. I come back. I get out the car. He said, "You stupid motherfucker. I told you to go to first and second. I didn't tell you to go all the way through there. You could have killed yourself." But oh, motherfucker, you ready?
Boy, you got some skills, man. We just need to tighten that shit up, man.
He said, "Boy, you ready?" So now for about 2 years, we played this game where we would go on the street race circuit and dudes be out there. "Lucy, what you doing tonight?" I said, "Oh, what y'all want, man? Nobody. What you gonna give it?" I was always beg my dad for cars, like, "Give me a 4-link car jumper." You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I said, "Man, I'm sick of this shit, man. I'll let my son drive tonight." "No, no, no, you ain't gonna let that boy drive." Man, now I be like, "Dad, I can't drive that car." He said, "You know how to drive a Cadillac? Can you hold the wheel straight there? That's all you got to do out there." Shit, I built him to
Straight.
go straight. So I play scared and he plays super tough, and I play scared and then they bite. Once we like the money, I do it wheelies and stuff. You didn't realize that little motherfucker can drive. God damn. He just like his goddamn dad. It don't make no sense. Oh, we can't now. Then they start betting with me. Then they start getting me to drive their cars when the big money was on.
Right.
I mean, it's gone up to over 30,000 on the streets.
Wanna.
Uh,
And what we're talking? We're talking what? 80s still or 90s?
90s. That's that's after when once I drove my old man's car or whatever. I still helped him with his, but he gave me a project like he always had 67 notes.
Mhm.
He had seven of them. So when I want my first car built, he said, "Okay, you ready for a car?" He took me out in the pasture where he had these cars, and he had some beautiful Novas. And he took me all past the beautiful one. Every one I picked out, he said, "No, you can't get that. I'm using that. No, you can't have that one. No, here's yours in the back." So we go through all these weeds and shit. And my car is sitting on the belly with no tires and rims on it, no trunk, one door, no hood. So man, what the fuck is this? It's not no Nova. You got to put this shit. He said, "That's what I'm saying. If you put this shit together, I'm gonna give you the motor of your choice. You say you've been watching, you've been helping me. You should know how to do it."
Yeah.
So I took that car home. I was with my grandmother. I took that car home. My grandma's like, "You're not gonna have the committee coming to me talking about why I got this junk in my yard. You can't have it." So I begged her. I was like, "Man, mom, just give me 1 month. I'm finna have it out here fixed. And I'm going to get my motor from my daddy." So I stayed on that, worked on that car, new brake lines, through all that. And then when I got through, I told him, "Hey man, I'm through. Come look at my car and give me my motor." So he came, looked at the car. He's like, "God damn, you have been paying attention." So we went back and picked the motor. So that was my first Nova.
What engine you put in there?
Huh?
What engine did you put in there?
355. But
Woo!
the only thing I had a lot of, I had like aluminum rods. I had port and polish heads. I had a
Mm.
trick carburetor that looked like a 750 but flowed 1150 CFM. You know, trickery and all that shit. So the car was fast as fuck. You know, and I went
Yes.
51 races and lost one with that car.
What color? What color was it?
I didn't paint it. You know what I did? I went to the auto parts and I spray canned it with primer for a reason, and I ain't put no front bumper on it.
Sleeper.
Yes. Yes. I've had the dudes. They had them little pretty cars, and they girls be out there cheerleading for them, and I fuck all over them, and then come back. I say, "Yeah, your boy just paid it for my paint job, but I ain't gonna paint it. I'm gonna put it in the motor."
This is it. You using your noggin sibling mind for sure. Getting that experience.
Yeah, yeah. I learned all that from my dad, man.
Mm. You clear as I alluded to, you clearly were grounded, and luckily you were one of the fortunate siblings to um have mother and father.
I actually, that's kind of a different side of it because I had my mother in my early years, but too young to remember, and I lost
Hmm.
my mother to drugs, man. So
Oh man, sorry to hear that,
yeah,
sibling.
I
Rise in
mean,
paradise.
yes, yes. Well, she passed away years later, but I'm saying in the later years after her and my father wasn't together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the early years,
Hmm.
my grandmother really kept me from 3 days old, from
Okay.
from an infant. And she said it because my dad was out there wilding, and my mama wasn't doing nothing but trying to follow him. You know how young parents are.
Hmm. Hmm.
But
And grandma Louisiana, or is she Texas?
she Texas by way of Louisiana, the high yellow Frenchman.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was down there wherever my dad was. She made sure I stayed close.
Mm,
Like we would always be 3 or 4 streets from my house, so it's not like he was. She wouldn't even let him. Like, no, he going to sleep over here. He going to school over here. With
hmm.
his car stuff and all whatever y'all do on the weekends after school, that's cool. So I could ride my bike from my dad's to my grandma's house. So it's still like I live both. And when I stayed with my dad sometimes, it was like a couple of years here,
Hmm. And
So, but they didn't know this.
was grandma a religious a religious woman?
Yes, she was. We was church. We always went to church. Uh, yes, I mean a well loved lady. You know what I mean? Well respected. Well, she carried herself. You know what I'm saying? At queen status.
Hmm.
It's like I was always be amazed because everywhere we went, she never had to pay for nothing.
Wow, she had it like that.
You know, any restaurant, they just love to see her. And then they used to always tell me, "Man, you lucky. I wish that was my mom. I wish that was my grandmother." But I knew. You know what I mean?
The works was done. So,
That's why that song "Grandmama" came to be.
mm,
On that um biography of a made man.
yeah,
Mm,
foundation stuff right there, man.
yeah, beautiful lady, beautiful soul, man, beautiful soul.
Yeah, man. Most
And
definitely.
my dad was like the Black Panther / hot rodder. See, so that's why I get my political points of views at. That's why I get my understanding, my third eye vision. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
The deeper knowledge was, to seek what is hidden and not
Yes.
just what's put before me. You know what I mean?
Seek and
So,
ye shall find.
yeah. So yeah, that's so it's that's kind of my makeup, man.
Okay. So grandma's going to church and all that there. You can sing because pops taught you how to sing, from the guts. So was you messing around with the church choir and doing anything like that?
You know what? I never joined the church choir. I think I did one time, but they made me join choir in high school. I'm trying to be slick, I'm out singing to the girls, you know what I mean? And the choir teacher walked past and caught me. He said, "I need you to report to my office immediately."
Immediately, sir.
And he was a tough dude, though, so he wasn't no soft music teacher. He was really a G.
Mm.
So we in there singing. I get in the class. I try to play the background. He like, "Man, pull me to the side. Hey, man, if you don't come up here, don't think you gonna come up here and think you gonna get put out and all that. I heard, I know what you got. You finna use that boy." So he would make me lead songs and everything.
What was that like at school? Did you get kudos from your peers and others, or was that something like that wasn't the thing to do at school at that time?
I mean, it depends on who you were.
Okay.
So dudes already know,
Mm,
I, I was about that action if you brought problems, but I was smart enough not to start no shit. You know what I
yes.
mean? But
Yes.
but we had like the Vanguard, a certain aisle on this particular in this school where these were the advanced kids. But they would not eat in the cafeteria with all the other kids because they were scared of them and then dudes would pick on them and shit like that. You know what I mean? They would eat on the front lawn of the school. So I realized, I didn't hang with these idiots, but I'll shoot out there with them and go eat something and chill out there and talk to them. And they be like, man, this the cool guy. And he be talking to us, "Man, what's up, cat? Hey, man, we need some homework done. I got you."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You smart sibling. You working it.
And then I tell them boys, "Hey, man, they might be walking down the street, walking down the hallway, and dudes be like, 'Get your punk ass.' I say, 'Hey, man, leave that dude alone, man. He ain't fuck with you, man. Going on." They be like, "Man, thanks, man. Thanks." So shit, I play both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Played the position, man. You played the position and
Yeah,
played the
yeah.
game right, man. You were playing chess, not checkers.
I knew about Santa Claus when I was a kid, man. I know he wasn't sliding down my chimney. I know who was paying for it and making it happen. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff and it's a lot of stuff that kids had, and it's cool, but at a certain degree of age, like I say, around 10, 9, 8, 11, my dad was giving me the real.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
And he was whatever he was studying, he was giving it to me. It's like because I was around him there all that time. Like I say, we built motors together. We'd be in the garage 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I'm handing him tools while he breaking down the engine, cleaning the whole area like it's a goddamn, you know, spit shine before he even start. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Very meticulous in that respect, yeah?
Somebody let me shave these parts. If I shave this off, they give me 7 horsepower. If I change this around and weld this pump this way to this, that makes 10 horsepower. So the average engine that like a 327,
Mm,
he would make that engine by just doing his little tricks and building the motor do what a 454 could do.
damn. And what was this? How did he gain all this knowledge? Was this trial and error kind of thing, or did he work at a
I asked him all this shit
a...
over the years, and I was like, man, how at your age? My grandmother told me, she said, your daddy. How I know your daddy started racing? I said, how? She said, I had a 455 Rear Riviera, and it was just my regular car. And your daddy was asking me, can he, because at that time he was like 14, 15, can he go see his, go on a date with his girlfriend?
Mhm.
And all the while he wasn't going on no date. He was going to take my car to this man's shop where he hung out at, and changing the gears in my rear end and putting racing tires on my car and changing the carburetor, and then he was going to take it and race it and winning money with it. So that she said the only way I caught him was my next door neighbor turned on the street where they was racing at and saw him in my car. That's my next door neighbor. So she know him. Talking about, yeah, he racing up and down the street with your car. So she said next time he asked for you, she had him follow. They followed him to the shop. He was breaking her car down. Then he put it back together, and when he go home, it'd be back normal like she had. So she never knew. And that was
That's
at 15 years old. So I'm like, she said he would always be gone to the man's shop, and the man was like helping him, paying him to work. But that man, whoever that dude was, gave him some knowledge, and
yeah.
then he took it. It just he had that particular love for it, man. Like that. I know a lot of engine builders. I know chassis builders. Someone to do all that shit
Mm.
meticulously, and then in a great, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying from building a car to every little aspect of it, and then the engine part just do shit that they just now catching up with now. Like he built his own traction.
Serious?
I'm watching him draw this shit out in my fucking house. And he said, I'm gonna put this on my rear end and it's gonna connect to the body. I'll use hind joints for this. And then I'll use the regular shit, the bump bar, the yellow bump bar that goes under the bottom. That looks regular like everybody else's, so it looks unsuspected when my car is on the ground. They don't know that shit on the top till it's over.
Mm.
Okay. Then he put the shit on. Okay, he welded the shit. He put the shit on the car and went and tried it. Not bending out his cars. I'm like, man, this motherfucker grabbing and we get out the car and the car breaking up concrete when it take out.
Shit. Because of the torque.
No spinning. No spinning at all. None of this. Just
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
so he was like, with the way we got this traction set up and the gear ratios that you're not supposed to use on the street that he put in the car anyway, because he gonna he whatever you say he can't do, he gonna stretch that limit.
Yep.
So the combination of him, we would always have cars that would take off and out the gates, get you 1, 2, 3, 4 cars out the gates before you move.
Shit.
So you had to instantly play catch up. Then he had a gear for the little motor. The gears are dropping, the little motor work itself like a big motor
Mm-hmm.
toward the finish line. So when you thought you was gonna pick him up because you had a big block 454, he would still run off even more. Fuck, man, we can't do nothing with this dude. And you know another thing, they had guys, and this is maybe 3 days ago. I'm still selling parts, man, for my dad, all his old collections. He had when he died, he had maybe 50 motors in his garage.
Fitty.
Yeah, like 454s, 426 Hemi, you know
Mm.
what I'm saying? A 351 Windsor,
Damn.
saying shit like that. Motors out from different cars and different eras. So I was selling a bell housing and a scatter shift for a standard shift, and it was a guy in Dallas bought it. So he said, I got a guy that's in Houston that's fabricates. He does, the chassis. He said, if you can drop that off to him, he'll get it to me. So I take it out there. First thing I pull up to the shop, 66 note. That's his car. He sets out there to show his work. There's no windows in it or nothing, just the bars and all that shit. So
Like a
I
show
was like,
car kind of thing.
man, I said, that's a nice car. So dude pulled up. He's like, how's it going, man? I'm 76 years old. I built my first car in 77. I said, yeah. I said, man, my dad loved Novas, man. He loved Novas. He said, yeah, what's your dad now? I said, Lucius. He's like, oh, yeah, I remember him. He used to be at the track. He terrorized them boys. They spent all that money. He go right around. So
You terrorizing folk.
yeah, he was like, how'd you know all the old? I started naming all the old races. Like, hey man, this and that. Willis Rasdale. No, he's like, how'd you know them? I'm 76. I'd be a kid, man, watching all y'all. I remember you too. So that was crazy. You know what I mean? To see that guy, dude. He asked me to come back and see him, man. So it's like it's shit crazy. That's a whole nother side, and we ain't even talked about music yet.
This is the meat, man. This is just some of the meat that we gotta get into. You heard? You know what I mean? So I mean, indeed, I think that was a nice transition. Um, who were the people or the artists that we were bumping? Who is in heavy rotation at this time?
I just took my son through that. One of my homeboys. They asked me, so I was riding with him when I took him down to there. Of course, Ice T, my all-time number one favorite. Yep,
Same
Tears.
as Nip.
That's who we see. What I'm saying, Nip got him.
Yep.
We was hearing them together. Uh, then you have Rakim,
Rakim Allah.
Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Uh,
Master Ace.
I like Ace.
Yeah.
He in the 10. He in the 10. I like Ace. I love Shan. Early
Oh,
Shan.
yeah.
Uh, Tila Rock.
Oh, yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Cool
Tila
G
Rock.
Rap.
Uzi Rap, of course. Yeah. A lot of the Juice Crew.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, I'm on that shit. I'm on that shit. So I'm saying
yeah.
I'm on the core of it, man. I go back to Super Rhyme.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Grandmaster Flash,
Yes.
Furious 5. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I'm on that shit. I was hooked from the
mm,
start. And
mm.
see, unlike others, when you have a passion for something, you go back and look before. You try to find where did this shit even come from. So I know it come from the boroughs. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm, mhm,
The
mhm.
quality. By the time it got down to us, I was already goddamn prepared to send it off, and send it off our way. From what I
Yes.
got, and so I liked a
And
lot
put
of East Coast and a lot of West Coast rap. You know what I'm saying? And Spice, of course. We talk
yes.
Spice was one of my favorites. Above the Law.
Mhm.
See what I'm saying? It's
I
on
already
number
know.
one. Sibo, the bald head nut.
The bald head nut bow loco West Coast Mafia. Yeah.
X-rated.
X-rated. Oh, man. Brother Lin Chong.
Brother Lynch.
Mr. Doc.
Yeah. Doc, DOC, of course. By way of Dallas.
Yes. Oh, already. Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, it's you see what it is. Every pretty much everybody who you just named is, I know about them there. I've been peeping them.
Yeah,
I still got some of them tapes, you know what I
right.
mean? Because they went on CD when that was coming out. I got some of the Waxies as well.
Mantronics, MCT,
Yes, indeed.
Stetsasonic.
Digging in the crates, a sibling.
I was on that shit, man. You know, I was on it, man. So
On it for real. All right, H-Town wise then, Texas wise. So you're
Texas,
feeling it.
wow. Yeah,
What
go ahead.
you're feeling it, you're starting to do the rap and all that there. You battled Ghetto Boys. So at that kind of time, Ghetto Boys are bubbling. Who else is on the scene at this kind of time?
Oh, you had let's see, you had so many, man. You had let's see, Raw Flush.
Oh, yes. I forgot about them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Boys was nice.
Mm, mm.
Uh, we had boot camp click on our side with street military. They was like the understudy of street military. um, the faculty killer clan, all that was building too, as well with me and street military.
Street military is hard. I mean, H Town has created some very, very hard groups. I mean, you just named a few of them there. Um, Obviously, Reckless Clan, we got to add to that there as well. Ghetto Boys. Um, what is it about Texas and Houston that you get, and everyone's so different as well. It's not like it's a group and everyone's got a very similar kind of style kind of thing. That's where they kind of mesh. Everyone's so different in regards to how they rap, the content. You know what I mean? The production always brings everything together. What's that flavor, man? How does H-Town continuously and consistently bring forth that talent?
It's just and H Town, whether it's always a melting pot, and it's a competitive city. I don't care what you're doing. As I see my people, my H Town people, I don't give a damn if you've raised chickens. You gonna talk about you got to be. I'm on my game, nigga. I'm raising these chickens. I'm gonna be the best on the block. Ain't nobody got the formula I got. We want to be the best at everything. We want to be good at everything. We can't be sloppy. You know what I'm saying? So we always have it's a tenacity, man, to just do something. Either you ain't trying to be shit or you really trying to be somebody. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah. Grind. Was it not?
Man,
Yeah, yeah.
all the ones before me, and whether they did it in the underground way or the right way, you know what I'm saying? That's all I knew. Boys were trying to get money. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I grew up trying to get it. And then I didn't have no sheltered life. My daddy gave me the real, so I was doubly trying to get it early. My grandmama had me in a three-piece suit throwing papers when I was 7.
Paper round, paper route.
Paper route and clean as hell. So I be tipped. Where my boy at? He stole my papers. Boy, you clean today, boy. Here go 10.
Yay.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Entrepreneurship at a very young age.
Own it. Own it. My daddy never worked for nobody, so hey, man, I feel I can see the way, the entrepreneurship just by seeing examples. A lot of people around me, because a lot of people wasn't educated.
Exactly, and also didn't have that example, that real life example you could reach out and touch and say, "Yo, how did you do that there?"
Yeah, they had to come from the mud and just figure shit out through trials and stumbling and bumbling. So guess what? If you paid attention to what they said, you might have had a better chance.
Mm, for sure.
I mean, I feel that's what life is all about, man. Communication, whether you're giving it or receiving. That's the only way you find out information.
Communication runs the nation and rules the nation, man. It's the key. It's part of the keys of success.
Yeah. And the more situations you put yourself in and you test your ability to use those qualities, there ain't no way nobody can stop
Exactly. Everything in life is subject to change. We've got to a lot of the times embrace those changes, just like this current zombie apocalypse that we're in at the moment.
Right. This is crazy. This is epic, man. This is epic. This is crazy.
Crazy. And
What the
sibling.
fuck what the fuck they setting up for though? That's what I'm trying to think. This is just the beginning of this bullshit. It's a whole shit show. It's a circus, man. What the fuck?
I didn't even sign up. I didn't sign no waiver to be part of this
Man,
movie. You know what I mean? This is some
come on,
wild.
man. It's crazy, man. This world is crazy, man. Hey, man.
It's every movie mixed up into one. It's sci-fi. It's the end of world disaster movie. It's a comedy. It's a drama. It's every damn thing.
Now you know, and we get it. Mothers get paid to get the info from you people, you certain them letters,
Mm-hmm.
and they go do research and they mimic this shit on the screen. But some of this shit is for real,
Yes. Yeah.
and they play with us because if we don't have the knowledge to understand that, and they tell you they flaunted in our face, here it come. So all I'm saying is, what the fuck they setting up for with this move right here? Because this just the beginning.
It's interesting because it can go, as you already know, sibling, it can go so many different ways, man. They're putting it out in movies, they're putting it out on damn flipping series on Netflix and all kind of stuff, and it's like, hold up, huh? And then and at the start of the song, it says at the start, yo, this is fiction, and this has got nothing to do with today's events, but yet the whole thing's talking about what going on now.
Yeah. We finna try to fuck your head up some more and make you and push the agenda. But now this is fake, okay?
Yeah. This is it, man. Was it neural linguistic programming?
Yeah, you still planting the motherfucking seed though, see?
Yes, indeed,
Yeah.
sibling. Yes,
Man,
indeed. It's a wild
well,
world, man. But how have you? Yeah, no problem, no problem.
what?
How have
Now,
you? How have you been affected by this? Or have you been affected by the zombie apocalypse?
it's kind of been a blessing for me. Lord say the same. It kind of been a blessing for me though,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always working. Like I said, man, I be doing so much stuff. I'm rebuilding the house, putting 2 studios in it, building the shop for the car stuff. I'm gonna do classic car restoration.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? The drag racing is just what I love to do. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
But anything I do and I attach myself to, it's got to be something positive and making money at the same time because we got to live.
Yes.
Got a daughter in college to be a doctor.
Give
The last
thanks.
the last run, huh?
I said give thanks.
Already, yes. Thanks indeed. So it's a blessing, man. It's just
It's
I,
giving you. So I take it. All right. Then. So based upon this, what's going on, this is giving you a time to concentrate on yourself, your empress, your daughter, and the most important things in life, and try and reorder and reprioritize things, right?
well, not so much because I'm on that shit daily.
Mhm.
Just for the fact I kind of on one part was that like we be fucking messing with the cars and doing all that and getting all my music stuff together. Like everything's starting to come together now to where I'm to the forefront. Like the new music, I got over 300 songs, and they steady trickle up that I got to drop. So I'm ready to come back like pow 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 pow. I'm
Yeah.
done. Then it's on to my son. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I've been putting in the work to get all this stuff together, man. Get the race cars together, possibly do something at the track with a concert, and if true, we take it to the tracks across.
Yeah, you back. For sure, man. That sounds like a hot idea.
Yeah, so like I say, and then we got racing teams too. So there's guys I grew up with the race, and I tell you, other guys had me drive their cars for
Mm.
the big money because they knew I could drive. And we got teams and crews, just like the street outlaw shit. You know what I'm saying? We just
Yeah.
ain't We just haven't, we more on the underground.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. I hear that. Yeah,
Trying
I
to
hear
bring that
that.
to the forefront, though. I'm trying to bring it to the forefront.
I was gonna say, yeah, man, definitely, because it's part of the culture, man. It's a culture that people that have an interest in. You know what I mean? You can get it a bit more, you know.
Sam, we on all that shit. I,
Yeah.
I want the world to see what Klondike Cat been seeing his whole life. You feel
Mm,
me? I want to paint that picture, man. From the street dude, being in these streets, being around these killers, being around these drug dealers, being around these politicians, being in politics and helping them, the mayor back in the game, do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just man, everything I've experienced in life.
yes. The a litany of of projects musically and outside of music that you've got your hands into. I mean, we've went into detail about the mechanical, the hands-on side, the vehicles. 1992, Lyrical Lion.
Yeah.
Pardon self. Break that down, sibling. Where do we get with the title Lyrical Lion? And what about the artwork for that there?
Okay. Now the lyrical line. The lyrical line. I maybe started working on it in maybe 91, midnight, early 92. Me and Dopey had an apartment together.
The legendary Dopey, the Holocauster.
But before that, Egypt, this is maybe about 3 months after that. About 3 months after that, me and Dope got an apartment together. But I had an apartment in Harlem Clark, and Egypt was moving back to his mom's house till his apartment got ready, and she didn't want to bring the keyboard because she like, I don't want all that noise over there, at my house. So he said, man, Cat, you want to keep my keyboard? I know you say you want to learn how to work it, man. I don't got no instruction. You can keep it. You know what I'm saying? Just when I move, I'll come back and get it. I was like, cool. So shit, I took that motherfucker home, and that's where most of the lyrical line came from. That's where Hustler came from. Me learning how to make the keyboard work and then using it, then learn how to make sequence and all that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then just with no just fucking with it. You know what I mean? So all them songs came to be. The songs like Check Your Bitch, the songs like Punk Motherfuckers, them was me
Yes.
and Dopey, because 3 months later I moved in with Dopey. So we was really on it because Dope knew more than I knew about production. I was a
Mm.
rapper. See, he been producing for all of us before, what I'm saying, we were.
You see, I only just found that out when when I interviewed Point Blank. I didn't know Dopey was producing in that day. I just thought he was just rapping.
Dopey,
Yeah.
nah, Dopey was producing. Dopey was the fucking first ones. Him and Egypt was the first one fucking with beats. While we all attacked the flow, they attacked the beats. So
Okay.
everybody flocked it. All of us flocked to them because we was all partners.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
slowly but surely, by us fucking with them, when we learning, they learning right there. We watching them, but they know more than us, and we learning. We follow suit right behind them. I started learning how to do beats. K know how to do beats too.
Mm.
And Reno do some of his own beats. Sometimes he just don't say when he done it.
The wizard. Hey, all right then.
Then a wizard.
Been already on one of the most underrated lyricists on walking the planet Earth.
You hear me?
Uh,
I'm talking about walking 9 planets.
all of the galaxies and all that there, man.
I don't think they want to see K on Nebula. Yeah.
for, for sure. So
Yeah.
so South Park Coalition. Let's get into how that came to be.
But I think the next time I met K, like I said, I was Devious D. The next time we met, they set up a battle for me and K to battle, like at this park called Kelso Park. By that time, I was battling only dude. I was only battling for money. I wouldn't battle for free no more. So I was like, man, we can go $50 a rhyme. And Kay was like, man, I do it for the love of the music. And I was like, I love the music too, but if I'm gonna play my styles and I'm gonna hear my rhymes, because some of these niggas gonna sit around here and bite my shit anyway. Uh, I need to be paid for compensated for this shit. And I believe in myself enough, you know. So
Mm.
he had a bunch of dudes from his school and a bunch of dudes from my school, and they was like, man, gang, gonna do it. We out here, man. Fuck that, I ain't doing free. Y'all patch up on the money. So they ain't nobody. Everybody was scared to put their money up though. So all right, fuck, I don't do it. So that particular battle, I won. KK called me about a week later. Said, man, we want to do it again. We want to do it on neutral ground. You know, whenever just a few people judge.
Mm.
So we was like, okay, cool. So we get over there and I run my same speech. Hey man, we're not doing this for free this time. I know who I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with K Reno now. I know who I'm dealing with. So I done made
Mhm.
50 raps with just his name in. I'm ready. I know he ready. You know what I'm saying? So I said, hey man, we're not gonna do this for free this time. We gotta do it for money. So K said, send me not good for love. I said, all right. Well, I'm gonna go first. So I said a little bullshit rap. And I say, your turn. K was like, man, I'm not even battling that, man. It ain't even your caliber, man. I'm not. Like, this is one of my first raps I told you I made when we came.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he's like, man, I'm not. You intentionally not trying to win this battle with that. That's all. I said, man, that's all I got for free. So I say, man, y'all judge it. Whatever. They said, okay, K1. I was like, man, I'm cool with that. I'll see y'all later. So K was like, hey, man, come here. Let me holler at you. He's like, man, you hard, man. He said, man, I'm starting the South Park Coalition, man. Rappers, man. We just, help each other with the music, man. So I was like, oh, I'm cool with that. So he gave me his number. And the next day I showed up at his house and shit. It was there. It was on from then.
All right, all right. So at that point, who was the South Park correlation?
At that point, Nip was in there because him and K started after me and Nip because we didn't, Nip got signed with Rap A Lot.
Yes.
And I didn't sign with Rap A Lot. So, we didn't go our separate ways before the music wise. And Nip just kind of started being down. He lived down there kind of close to K Reno. So they hooked up, and
Hmm.
they just started kicking it or whatever. So that is Nip, K Reno, Rapper K.
Rapper K. He's next on the list as well, definitely.
Rapper K was there, like Nip watching me. Rapper K was there watching K Reno at Sterling in Thomas, his middle school and high school.
Mm.
See, so he saw all K battles, early battles, and all that. So he was right there.
History, this is my. Hey, so you know that lyrical line? What record label did that come out? Was that Beatbox?
Yeah, they came out on Beatbox. It was set to come out on Gerard Records, but the stuff with me and Street Military with that label, what happened? So when we both signed with Beatbox. So, but yeah, it came out in '92 on Beatbox.
And I don't know anything about that label. Was that an independent label, Beatbox?
Definite.
Okay, who's behind that, sibling?
Beatbox Records was Richard Johnson that played for the Oilers.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that experience like being signed to him?
Well, I don't think it was a good call because, and I'm not saying that the dude would have done good, wouldn't have, would have, or wouldn't have done good business because you can't speak on that because
Hmm.
the facts are too loose.
Yes.
But he gave some guys, some African guys, uh, permission to run the label.
And they fucked shit up.
Well, me and Street Military, like I said, we're Street Military. We be in these streets doing some shit.
Uh-huh.
But I've always set myself off like if they be in the dungeon 15 deep, I'll be in my apartment by myself.
Mm.
But we right across from each other, so we always stay close. Anyway, these dudes would have meetings with us. They always want to meet at the strip club, number one. Where they go eat some chicken wings. We go talk about this music, and then they want to be around these bitches. Ladies,
Mhm.
obviously they know y'all. Y'all come here a lot. These strip clubs. So I said, man, let's test these dudes, man. So we tell them, man, y'all always want to meet us at the strip club, man. We doing this business, man. Y'all come to the hive. We got some strippers at the hive for y'all. Yeah, come on, drop that money in house. So I say, we go back and tell Richard, hey man, you need to get rid of these motherfuckers. They ain't no but fucking your money out. So how the fuck
Mm.
you gonna pay us? This nigga, they fucking your money out, man. You got to get somebody else, so you gonna have to take control of your label, man. Because this dude, he just had the money. And lo and behold, them dudes cleaned his bank account out and took off.
Damn. That's messed up.
The record label bank account, you feel me? Not his whole thing, but the
Yeah, yeah,
record label,
yeah.
which is a lot of fucking money because he had already put a lot of money in. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? But then
Mm.
he tried to stiff us on the next end or with royalties. You know what I'm saying? Not
Ah,
paying us right.
the rap game,
That's
man.
it. My man was a Black Panther, so all that shit. I was on that shit, man. I'm gonna find out what the fuck going on. So
Hmm.
I deal with them books and learn about percentages and you know what I'm saying, things like that.
Yeah.
Well, he had problems out of me. You know what I mean? But with street, they had a little more struggle because when you a group, you got to be. Everybody had a like mind
Yes.
for us attacking the business. It's just like Cube and NWA.
Hmm.
Cube was the one that said, you know what? No, you're not finna handle me. Fuck that 75,000. No, I ain't never seen that, but that ain't what I'm supposed to get.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Where my 750,000?
And then
You know
add the
what I'm
other
saying?
zero on that there.
Huh?
Add the other zero on that there, man.
I knew you motherfuckers forgot the zero. This shit ain't adding up.
Hmm.
See what I'm saying? So that's the shit he was pulling on the recoup, man, on us, you know. And I had my ways to get mine out of them. Like I know, you know, some people, some people just, and
Ha-
I don't really fault the dude in the way I do and the way I don't, but it's like the business could have been handled better, but you let some crooks swindle you from the top. So
mhm.
that makes the business bad. If when you lose a lot of money like that, you might feel scared and you might panic and make a fucked up decision. So, but other than that, on the bright side of it, it gave me my experience of like of the music, of the traveling city to city, like
Yes.
even with I remember him doing like promotional thing and paying the dude so much to do promotions. And we was like they were sending us pictures back, and I was telling them like, hey man, how you know these dudes ain't just taking these pictures, throwing this shit in the trash? You don't know they putting that shit up. You know, a
Hmm.
lot of places they send you 3, 4 spots, and they ain't know. I said, no, I don't trust it. Pay me what you paid them. I'm gonna get my own crew,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. On street team.
and I'm gonna take off. So I took off. I made my own street team out the hood, and I took off. Some of my partners, and we hit city to city. I roll up on the blocks, not the
Mm.
record store. I roll up on the blocks where they serving and doing that. Jump out. Hey, I'm Klondike. They about to pull pills. Nah, man, I'm Klondike. Oh, it's you? Ah, man, I thought you was Jamaican. I said, Lord, I'm here. Don't want to come test the original Dandada. You know, me play no game. Ah,
Yeah.
man, you know you. Ah, man, yeah. I said, yeah, man, give me a damn second. Who got the weed out here? I roll that bitch up while I'm talking to her. I got t-shirts in the back. Yeah, yeah, y'all, son, man. Baby, buy some CD. I'm selling CD. Boom.
Mm.
On to the next. City
Out,
to city.
out
When
the
I come back, I
trunking.
watch my record sales. I watched my record sales go up. I watched what I did. I went up to so that what that made me do, go right back out there.
Yeah.
And I was young, I was aggressive about that shit and I wanted to know the inside. Like, you're not finna just string me along and tell me shit. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I say all in all, if if it wasn't through because we was with Gerard Records, me and Street Military.
Yeah.
And the feds kind of got in there and seized that up, and we had a deal on the table with Capitol Records and everything.
Damn.
It was on Wild Pitch, but Wild Pitch they signed Street Military signed with Wild Pitch, and they sold the company to MC Search and a group of his investors in transition. So Search didn't want to deal. Search didn't want to. He felt like he was still clinging on to that keep it East Coast.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
And he was trying to ignore that the South was on a roll and headed places. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
You
mhm.
know, that things are going to switch soon. He kind of tried to ignore it and stay old head about it. You feel me?
Yes.
So he didn't continue the contract negotiations with Street. He discontinued. Like he said he didn't want no rappers from the South.
Damn.
Then he ended up losing the label right after that.
I mean, Wild Pitch was a pretty big label at the time, up in the East
Yep.
Coast.
Yep. And when they sold it to Search, it went down. He didn't
Shit.
want to pick up. He didn't want to see what everybody else was seeing.
Mm. And the South was really on the rise at that point.
Yep.
At
And
that time, if
he put out a few East Coast people, and then none of that broke, and then they end up selling out.
shit. So what? So how comes we didn't join Rap a Lot like Nip? I noticed there were because I thought let me give you my breakdown from over here. So I
Okay.
hear that South Park Cycle, and I'm here and I'm looking at all the features, and I'm thinking, okay, all of those people who are on the Sieg, the Blank, everyone, all of them, they're gonna be on Rap A Lot Records. So I'm looking, I'm set, obviously this is before internet. So you go to the record store the next week and say, yeah, these are the artists, what albums have they got? And then the things are popping up, and I'm thinking, most of this stuff isn't even on Rap A Lot. Is this the same artist? Like, so how did that transition? Because with the Rap A Lot and not being on Rap A Lot.
Well, I toured with Rap a Lot. I learned a lot about the business with Rap a Lot, and it's really like at one point I was signed to Rap a Lot. Lil J even said, "Man, when you gonna come home, man? Everybody already think you signed with us. You be with us all the time. You know what I mean?" He used to put me in the office, Klondike. I mean, oh shit, what's up, Jay? But I just really was, I was hanging around getting the knowledge, man, because he was an innovator. Jay really was. He knew about me at 15 years old, man. You know, man. First time
Mm,
I met him, so you know, but he know I never rushed to say like, thing about Jay, man. Jay real. Jay is just like this. If he asks you about signing or something like that, and you get up there with that monkey shine, oh yeah, man, I'm trying to be down rap like man, I'm gonna call you Monday, Jay, and you don't call him, then you ain't been a man of your word.
exactly. Word should be bond,
Like,
right?
if you feel like you didn't want to sign, why you ain't tell me that in my face?
Mm,
Then the next time you see you gonna look at you different. You know what I mean?
yes.
Shit. So I mean, but me and Jay, I would always say, man, I can't, I ain't signed. I'm already up. I'm over here. Oh man, we'll take care of it. We can get another. What street military is? Now, no, man, you be with them every day. I said, ooh, this boy know everything, boy. Boy, you got Jay messed up, man. Boy, know everything. You be with Ice and Hot every day. I'm like, what? Ah,
That's a
man, he
legend.
always had love for me because all his boys, man, I kicked it with Fifth Ward boys, the baby ghetto boys, all of them my niggas, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm,
they knew that I be everywhere. I be on the north side, east side, fuck with everybody. Deep in Trinity Garden, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I've been crossing the waters. I never was one just stuck in the south side. I got mad love for the north side, east and west. I done got money in all them crevices. I done fuck with some of the hardest niggas in there that had shit to do with rap or, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And rap. So that's what it is.
You out there, man. Universal soldier.
Yeah.
Hey, so based upon what you just said, then, so when the plex was at an all-time high between the south and the north, um, how did you navigate all that there?
It's crazy. 'Cause I remember they had something on. They had some kind of little voicemail thing going around. I don't remember that shit vividly, but it was like, man, that's when the carjacking shit was going on.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers was like, man, call this number. Watch this dude. He talking all kind of shit back the south. Yeah, fuck everybody. Yeah, fuck all you south side motherfuckers. Nigga, no, take all y'all shit. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. Yeah, fuck them niggas. Except for Klondike cat. And so you say, them hoe ass niggas still want to act like they want to fuck with you. They shit. But you know what? It's because my roots, man. My mama from the north side. My mama grew up in Cashmere Garden. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
My older siblings, before my father met my mother, I had two sisters and two brothers. So they were older than me. They all was on the north side. So I spent a lot of my early years going back and forth over there anyway. You know what I
mm.
mean?
So it's home, man. The whole of the H
Mm-hmm.
Town's your home, right?
Yeah, it's my turf, man. My
Yeah,
turf.
for sure. All right. So we've made multiple appearances, right?
Uh,
On Point Blank's album, Turning to
mm-hmm.
Life, Street Military, obviously,
Yep.
Reno.
Yep.
How? What
Mo.
was the? What was the? I'm gonna stop there because we can go on for days.
I was like, oh, I know you're not finna fit his name without these folks. Shit.
um, what's the creative process and experience like working with Black? Let's just start with Black and Killer Hole.
Uh, living this
Yeah.
ghetto life. Oh. Yeah. Uh, man,
Hey,
come on, man.
hey, sibling. The Empress loves that song, man.
Oh, yeah, already, man. Already, man. Tell her big up, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, but we all work like, man, it's just jail together. That shit come together so easy. Man, we were like-minded brothers, man, and we had that love for hip hop, and everybody had they pride themselves on being their own unique selves. That's what I like. Try to do their own original stuff, man. So
Mm,
cool.
like the are we likely to see? Oh no, that's not even see. Are we likely to hear another release from Black and Killer Hole?
Yeah, they're working on it right now. I actually heard a few songs out there too.
Yeah, man, because I ain't heard nothing. I mean, what? Hustlers Don't Eat was the last CD I got. That was 2000.
Ice Lord coming back, Twin of the Life coming back right now. Ice Lord got something jamming that new Reckless Clan. You take a glimpse of him, he's still up on his game on that mic.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
uh, yeah, man. I don't know. It's like a resurgence, man. I don't know. I This new music I'm working on, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I just had this debate with a friend of mine. He was like, "Man, do you see what other people see?" Because he say like, "Oh, I'll be too humble." Like, God damn, man. If I was you, I do, woo, woo, woo. I was like, that's just the way I am. So it's like people, you see me, I see myself as the consumer would see me. I hear my music as a consumer. I don't look at it from, oh, this is just what I want. This is how I feel. This is how I check my music.
Hmm.
But still do it from a consumer's point of view because I'm a businessman.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? So from all the music I did and who I am now, this is some of the best shit you're gonna ever hear from me.
Because of the growth, I guess, through growth and development experience, etc., etc.
From all aspects,
Okay. Okay.
even in the observation, how I observe things and my observation skills of whatever I attack. You're saying how I go about it, all that is sharpened to it. a high degree. I've had a chance to own studios while I lived in the motherfuckers for 3 months and 4 months at a time and wouldn't come out of there. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
So I taught my little brother. At 14. He started learning how to mix and record and stuff. And he's 26 now. My son, I mean, he's 30 now. My son 27. So they got all that from me. So you know
They're
they can
soaked.
catch.
They soaked up all that game.
Yeah. I gave
Right.
a lot of a lot of dudes come up to me, man, like, hey, man, you remember, man, you showed me how to work this stuff in the studio. I got my own studio. Anytime you need some OG, you need beats, man, I got you, OG. Woo, woo, woo. I remember you told me, man, stop begging for change. You told me go get a lawnmower and cut some yards, OG. I'm a more. I got degrees and knowledge. More. I was like, ah, man.
Mm.
So I always pass it out like my dad did. I would come home, man. My friends would be in the house, Q Boy and them, all of them, be in the house already. Like, man, your daddy giving us some knowledge, man. Look at I said, man, I live with him. I'm going out here and go play before he called me in there to do something.
Hey.
I'm
Oh man. That
yeah,
sound yo, you sounds like you had a very fun and interesting childhood bouncing between, dealing with your pops and the car stuff and grandma and all that there.
man, I had a game room in my front living room, man.
Break that down, sibling. What do you mean game room?
See what I'm saying? I'm saying, what do you mean exactly, right? I'm talking about one, two, three, four, six machines.
Man. Oh, what?
My dad was a motherfucker, man. My dad a hustle, man. You hear me? And
Get it
then
how
get
you
what?
leave.
All these motherfuckers always come over here. They want to pick my brain, but everybody know they safe over here. If it's the little girls too, because you ain't finna meet up over here with those little dudes that do no fucked up shit around my dad. You know what I'm saying? The neighborhood I already know you cool. You down in Lehigh.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna be no little kid, but the youngster he gonna smoke his weed. He ain't share with them though. You know. But he gonna give some game, or they gonna get the fuck from around him. They may help him do some shit around the house while he talking to him.
Yes, yes, yes. And
You
we
know what
need
I'm
see you see sibling. That's what we're missing. We need more elders like that,
saying?
putting that game out, not shoving it down the youngster's neck or nothing, but where an opportunity arises, drop that jewel, and impart that knowledge to them.
Yep, that's how the LeBrons happen. That's how you feel me? That's
Mm,
the kind of shit happen, man. And sometimes it ain't always just the parents. Sometimes it's somebody that says something very important at the right time in the right situation. Make
yes.
make it stick to make you make a change or whatever.
And that's an excellent point because a lot of people do say, put a lot of onus on the parents, which is right and exact, most definitely. But as the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. So if you see children out there or kids out there acting like baby goats and shit, acting
Yeah,
wild, then it should be incumbent on you as an adult to say, yo, check, slow down a little, some youngster, that ain't the right way to be doing it kind of thing, rather than just like, yeah, leave it to their parents or, condemning the parents for how the children them are acting. Just take a stand and try and do something to, prevent that behavior from becoming the norm to that child.
yeah, that's right. It starts with you, man. It starts with the parents. It starts with the parents, man. And you got to teach your kids, or you got to teach your people, the people you love around you or under you, because if not, the streets got some knowledge for them, and it
Mm.
might not be the right or good knowledge.
But unfortunately, a lot of the times it ain't the right shit that our youth are being led into. You know what I mean? Or unfortunately
Especially
being.
in this age, especially with this information age, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I heard sibling. Look. Most people walk around with a pocket computer in their
Yeah,
pocket, yeah,
yeah.
which is alleged to have more computing power than
Mhm.
the spaceship that went to the moon. You heard? Yeah, I see that look, sibling. I see that look, right? So,
You
so
know, I
just
know. That's a whole other podcast, right? Yeah.
you already know this, yeah. But even just based upon that, like when you were growing up, when I was growing up, information and knowledge was imparted verbally. If not, someone would give you a book. If not, you'd go to a library and go get that information. Now, the information is so freely available, it's at a touch of a finger to the point that people don't are so frightened of the knowledge that they don't even seek it anymore.
Yeah. And not only that though, misery loves company.
Oh yeah.
So along with the truth, there's so much more of the trash out there that you got to really seek and kind of have an edge on what you're looking for. The trickery in this shit in the internet. So, like, I had to let my little kids know that, hey, man, uh, they said, did you know this hero was such and did this? I'm like, no, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? This was my thing. I had to take them to school, man. We every day we get some truth, and I'd be on certain little websites on YouTube. We talk about the history when we went to school.
Yeah.
My daughter got in trouble. My smaller daughter got in trouble because she was saying about the slaves came over here for bartering and trading, like they would go barter and trade. She was like, "Oh, nah." She still been told the truth.
Yeah, yeah. This is the same thing we don't talk in public like that, you know what I mean?
And the teacher called us to the school and everything, man. Like, hey, man, I know too, but I'm just
What kind of esoteric knowledge are you teaching your children, eh?
like, it was given to me, man, and it helped. When you young, it kind of a lot of things go over your head. When you
Yes.
start in life and you need them Jews, man, they pop up.
Excellent point. Excellent point. As long as the seeds are sown, and the mind is open, and because as you don't know, uh, before what 8 years old, that's the most important time for
Damn,
children.
yep,
You know,
that's right.
they're so malleable. They're thirsting for knowledge, love. Experiencing everything that they can to then form that later childhood. And when you put them into that fooling system, unfortunately, and they're trying to narrow that capability and infinite potential of the child to have critical, the most important thing, sibling, is critical thinking, and they just strip our youth away of that. As soon as they put as soon as you lock the door, you say, see you later, little Jimmy."
Mm,
Shut that door, and they're like, "Don't you ask us no fucking questions, little
yeah,
Jimmy." Okay?
yeah. I'm talking about no context. See, and that's the thing about it, man, because they gadget up. They got to hurry up and get in their room to get to their gadgets. You know what I'm saying? And they lead the kids to teach themselves and learn from the internet, man. And that nobody does family time. And I mean, you got to know your kids. The kids got to know who their parents are because them signals get crossed if you don't have no full communication. And so in my home, I teach that. We got a gang of books. We got a mean bookshelf.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we require these kids to read, and we talk about things in a meticulous way.
Hmm.
And we get a full understanding, man. And that's what a lot of people are missing. That's what I had. So hey, I gotta get this shit out.
Oh, definitely, man. We gotta try and keep. We gotta what we grew up having that normal time. You like, for instance, you go to school and you come back, and what you'd come back to. Okay, your mum will be cooking. If she's not cooking, the food's already ready. Okay, what do you do after that? You sit down and eat at a table together.
Together.
Yeah, but
Yep.
yeah, and generally they may not even be no television on, and you're sitting down unpacking the day. Like,
Yep.
what it do?
Every day.
Yeah, no. This is my experience. These are my triumphs, or these are my defeats. How do I navigate the next day? You know what I mean? Okay, you do that there. You might have some physical exercise as a family together to do. If not, oh, you know what? I'm
Yep.
breaking off, freshen up, read some other books, or do some, additional research, whatever it is. But you know what it be like now, sibling. The child comes home, and if it's not takeaway from some fast food joint, it's something in the microwave, it's something in the oven. The child gets that there, runs upstairs, and is on PlayStation 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever the hell kind of console. If they're not on the console, they're glued to the crack phone, you know. You don't want to
Yep.
hear no peep out of them. And until the next day, you see them the next day, they're downstairs eating. And it's just like a continual cycle. So where's the communication? Where's the growth and development? Where's the love? Where's the attention, man?
None. That's what I'm saying, man. It's crazy, man. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing to have that, and for people that carry on that tradition, as you said it. So I know that you was raised the same way. You know how, because I mean that's what people. That's that's how you get the great people in this world, man. So it's got so much bullshit cluttering, and some of the greatness have to crawl from a goddamn long hole to come out of, to be,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying, and beat the
yep.
odds, man. Because there's a lot of bullshit out here, man. And people have no morals, principles, and understanding about a lot of things, and they just go like with a selfish frame of mind, like this is how I feel, this is what makes me happy, so I'll do this. They
Mm.
don't necessarily make it profitable, right, or healthy.
Definite, definite. And again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion and to have their own ideas and change their thoughts and stuff. But it gets a little different when, you're forcing it onto somebody else, or you're in a position where you can change laws which would
Right.
affect those people who you may not like, you know. That's where it gets a hella tricky, man. We're supposed to be
Mhm.
living in a world, allegedly full of equality, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, air quotes, equality, freedom, and freedom. Unfortunately, and justice or just us. It's like, it's two wings of the same bird. It's a real strange dichotomy they have in the wilderness of North America and here in England and across Europe.
I tell them like this. I say, yeah, I could cap rap, but see, we running out of time. Yeah, and I can bust caps, but I exercise in my mind. Why make the ignorant more blind to a larger reality of a new world order plan and massive fatalities? Texas is a prison state. Oh, you didn't know that? But them good old boys will lock you up in mind. Now, never come back, but have courage. This is virtue of the noble and the wise, or the destruction of a fool. Now, how you live in your life. See, champions are not made from those who never fail, but of those who never quit in the midst of all hell. We are motivated to become what we imagine ourselves to be, and the substance of every great plan. The dreams turn reality. Expectancy is an atmosphere for miracles. Believe that. Picture yourself from rags to riches with hard work. Can you see that? Be that. And strive to reach your goals, man. And every lesson that you learn will be the knowledge that you gain.
Bars.
That's what it's
Jules.
simple. Plain and simple, man. Lessons to be learned out here. And you got to seek the knowledge, man. And it starts with the foundation of your home. Starts with the foundation of you creating somebody else with that same stature to carry on to your generation.
For
Now
sure.
we a bunch of ignorant.
Mm,
We get as a whole, you know what I'm saying? But this is a wake up call. All this stuff that happened, man, this pandemic and all this has made a lot of people have to go back and soul search, research. You know what I'm saying? People have lost a lot of loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Behind this shit,
mm-hmm.
the politicians are stupid enough to be real enough to just show they idiots, and then the whole world see it before. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We get to see that. Hey, man, damn, it's not what it is. What
Nope.
it is, but when they say it, what it is, because they paying and they playing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's about money at the end of the day. But man, you got to teach the morals and principles, man, to the young ones, man. This shit, wherever it goes, we're gonna have some real souls in the midst.
Agreed. Agreed.
But new album on the way, man. The Diamond Dre. After I dropped the new cat, because a lot of people hear me do the singing and shit, but the new cat on the way, which I'm still be Diamond Dre in that too. But man, I'm kind of messing this shit together. But when I do the actual Diamond Dre with a live band,
Okay.
uh, you're gonna hear some pop. You're gonna hear some reggae, you're gonna hear some salsa, you're gonna hear every type of music you can possibly hear. You know what I'm saying? Ballads, I'm talking about on a whole nother scale. So
you're gonna mix it up totally, a nice little gumbo funk, NO Joe style.
I don't even call it funk. I don't know what the fuck it called it. Just pop shit, I'm on some dubstep shit. I'm all over that shit.
Yeah, yo, listen, sibling, drop it, man. Drop it because you have the creativity and the capabilities to be able to pull that there off, man. So, yeah, man, whatever genre you feel like touching, grab it, shake it, and put your stamp on that there. You heard?
Yeah, that's what my son kind of doing that too. He more on like he do all of it really.
You have to send me some stuff, sibling, because I ain't heard nothing from you, son.
I do that. I do that. I said,
Definite mind. Oh, okay. Three more things before we wrap this up, sibling.
okay.
Are we doing our own record label thing for these 300 plus songs that we've recorded?
Yeah, you definitely. I won't release the name of it just yet,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. Secret, man. Top secret stuff at the moment, man. We'll get back on that.
brewing, man. Yeah. The
Yes.
reason why I say that is because I got a few moves aligned. We'll see how things go. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It may turn into a whole nother path. So we'll
Okay.
see. Either way, I'm coming. I'm promoting it, motherfucker. I'm getting in my all. I'm putting all the shit I know is gonna be like a movie. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So it's not gonna just be a release of an album. It's gonna be you gonna see me all kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? Over this social media, man, and I'm gonna bring it to life. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it'll motivate others. I mean, I feel I already do, especially guys our age, to still be able to be have some kind of relevance and still because the youngsters hear my shit and they be like, God damn, OG,
Mm.
fuck, who
Yeah.
how you do that? You know what I mean? So you know what I mean?
Sibling, I'll be
Yeah.
saying like I respect a lot of the youth, artists doing their thing,
Mm-hmm.
but they're just not doing it how y'all used to do it, man. I'm like
Mm-hmm.
stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in time.
It's
I'm
just
stuck.
everybody sounds alike, and that's that's taking away some of the glamour
Hmm.
of different. You know what I mean? It's like artists today feel like they have to sound similar or have to do it this way because that's what nobody's. It's only a few. I ain't saying nobody.
Yeah.
It's only a few artists that's like cutting through the cloth. You know what I mean?
And
And
being
just
individual.
being themselves. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And 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 unfortunately, when you control the masses, you let them hear what they want to hear, what you want them to hear.
For shiggity, man. For shiggity.
It's a
Trustfully,
lot
we're
of
gonna.
music. It's a
Go on.
lot of music that's not playing on the radio that a lot of people jam in these streets. And they want to hear it on the radio, but you know why?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Of course, of course. They ain't paying like they weigh, and they want to put a certain perspective and sound out there. Like if you wanted to pop now, Cat Daddy,
Mhm.
all you'd need to do is to come out and either talk about uh, drug culture or disrespect women,
Yeah.
and you'd blow up like eh, but like, what value does that have? What does it bring forth? That's to me with a wiser head. When I was younger, and I'd hear some of the similar, not as to the same degree as we've got today, but it's a similar. We can draw parallels to some of the music which was produced back in the 90s and thousands.
Yeah.
And I didn't take on the full repercussions of how that would affect people with not such a strong mind, for instance. So now, obviously, say with a bit of wisdom and stuff, I hear that stuff, and it's and based upon what I can see, the effects of it, I can see the children and the adults who are stuck in arrested development, trying to vicariously live their life through these artists who are just degrading themselves and talking the weirdest stuff, and a lot of the times they're not even actually doing the stuff they're talking, you know what I mean, that they're promoting.
Come on, man. That's just like I make me there's a song I'm talking about popping a Percocet and and drinking a whole pint and half these dudes ain't even drinking taking none of that shit.
Mm.
You know, some of these dudes ain't even taking that shit and they use that shit. They know because that's what sells. That's what somebody want to hear. What's the latest? What so and so say that's jumping now? What we use? Okay, throw that in there too.
Mm.
I mean, and it's sad they lead these kids on this stupid ass journey. Well, I said I need to go pop this and take this,
Yeah.
do this here. Oh fuck you! I can do this here. I can snatch an old lady purse. I can, and not to say that we ain't talk about some gruesome shit and we talked about shit. But a lot of my music, man, I always gave you a moral of the story. At the end
Yes.
of the day, I'm gonna tell your ass I did all this stupid shit, but guess what happened to me? You see what I'm saying? Or guess what can happen to you? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But it's all, and I say it like this. I feel like we in the disco era of music. You know how you had the 50s and the 60s was the party, hip party music,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
then you had the 60s and 70s where you had activist type music and shit like that, and people
Yeah.
telling street stories like Bobby Womack and all them.
Womack. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So then you came around to the 70s where you had in the 80s you had the Cindy Laupers, you had the Studio 54 type shit going
Yep.
on, Village People and all that. I'm just saying though. I paid attention to this shit.
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of like it. You know how to do? They had the funky haircuts, they had the wild colors, they had the shit on you. The female or what? What the fuck going on? So
Yes.
then the '90s came. Then the late '80s and the '90s came around, and then shit got cool. Motherfuckers want to be a thug and
Yep.
gangsters. You see what I'm saying? Now the shit flipping back around. So
Yeah.
we partying again. It's just done in a little different way.
That's a good point, you know. That is a very good point. I didn't. Now you've actually laid it out. That the error in what they're emulating is exactly that, and it's not like let's smoke a bit of marijuana or nothing like that. We want to pop synthetic pills.
Now that's the thing to do. You know what I mean? No, it's
Hey,
not. No, it's not.
no, it ain't exactly. That ain't the thing to do because one point on that is I think it's 60% of most of the drugs that are in pharmacies are actually fake.
Yeah.
Fake drugs coming from China and all these other damn places. Now you want to take it, you're taking that
They
illegally
hustle
anyway.
on a grander scale. They hustle on a way grander scale than we could ever think of.
You
Shoot,
already know the thing.
shoot.
They have bi-yearly meetings, or the drug companies, Boots, Pfizer, and all that, to discuss how can we put more technology on these things to make sure that they're not getting counterfeited.
Placebo.
Yeah. Uh, As a man thinketh, so it shall be.
Yeah.
Hey, so sibling. So two questions. Number one, have you had fun tonight?
Oh yeah. No doubt. I did.
More Steph. It's been an
Especially
excellent
when
build.
I smoked me one. That motherfucker the last two, I'd have kind of cut it down with that cigarette in there. But yeah.
Yay. All right. Last question. I know your name is Klondike Cat. So tell me who you are, but don't tell me your name.
Okay, when you say tell me who I am
Yeah.
from Klondike Cat perspective or
Who are you? How would people describe you? That would be another way to ask you.
yeah. um, people that really know me, they know I'm serious. Most of the time, I'm silly. I'm goofy. Pay attention. Uh, I'm ambitious, sometimes tenacious about my ambition. Um, I like to project positive vibes. It's like a work for me. It's like I'm always on that to make sure I do that. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's what I set my day out to do. And if you got negative vibes, I'm always just setting out my day to make sure you don't bring that shit around me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You bring it in my on my aura. So I say now if I can help you out of a situation, I will. You know what I'm saying, about what I can take to you, give you for us jewels. But other than that, I don't entertain it. And I'm a family man, a hustler, and I'm an entrepreneur. Believe in any man, equip yourself with the tools, whether it be book knowledge or whatever common knowledge. You can make something. You can live in this world. You ain't got to sit around on your ass and beg nobody for nothing. Uh, hey man, I'm all these things.
Yeah. All of the above. And how can the siblings and listeners get hold of you, Klondike? What's the best means to get hold of you social media wise?
All social media at Klondike Cat SBC or Klondike Cat One SBC, either one. On the gram is Klondike Cat SBC and Facebook Klondike Cat SBC. You know, SBC stands for Southpaw Coalition. Um, I got the merch, I got the albums on there. I'm on all. You can stream, you can do what you want, man. Just look him up. Make sure it's the KAT though, Klondike KAT. So just like the Klondike boy, like my man said, but it's Klondike Cat, the rapper.
The one and only, the one and only, and I will put links below to the Instagram, Facebook, and to the website as well.
Already.
It's been an honor, sibling. Thank you very much for coming onto the broadcast. Shalom. Make sure all of the people click over to the Instagram page and subscribe to Klondike. If you're new and don't know nothing about this year, go check out the Spotify, the iTunes, and go check the back catalog to see what I want. Comment, subscribe, like, and share.